Susan Samples, one of our reporters who was out there through the thick of this. You certainly weren't expecting what you faced tonight. In fact, you weren't expecting to have to work today. You're one of our team members in on an off day, but you went through what sounded like to be one of the scarier moments of your career here tonight. Walk us through what happened.
Yeah, yes, definitely. Actually, the scariest moment of my career for certain. At Monroe Center, where the ATM is by the Kilwins there, the chocolate shop there, people were trying to break into the ATM, and one of our photographers, who is fearless, as you know, and will just do anything, wanted to see what was going on and started to move that way towards the ATM machine, and I was kind of behind him, and as was another photographer, and we were kind of thinking, he might be a little bit too close. These people are breaking into an ATM machine. And indeed, somebody yelled, "There's a camera." Somebody came from the ATM machine and grabbed his camera, and before we knew it, there was a crowd, pulled him down to the ground. He was on the ground and they were starting to pummel him. And then somehow, these angels came out of nowhere. I don't know where these people came from, because I was just screaming to try to get them to stop. I couldn't decide what to do in that moment, you know? I mean, there was this crowd, and I was worried that I was gonna see my photographer, you know.
Right.
But these angels just came out of nowhere and stood in front of him and protected him and pushed these people away, this crowd. They got these, you know, attackers to back off. It was unbelievable. I mean, it was unbelievable, the violence and the just horrifying nature of it, then the incredible relief and joy of the goodness of people coming out and, you know, rising to the top and saving our photographer. I mean, I genuinely believe that, and I told those people that, and I think I said it on TV earlier, to one of them, a guy named John. I didn't get his last name. I'm really upset about that. And I said, I think you saved our photographer's life, because they were starting to, I mean, he got beat up a little bit, was on the ground. And, you know, then when the people moved away, he was like, I'm okay, I'm okay. He's just this incredible human being. He's like, I'm fine. And he wouldn't go to the hospital. He had blood gushing down his arm, but it turned out to just be a cut that he didn't think required medical care. Said he'll probably be a little black and blue tomorrow because they got a few punches in. But I have never seen anything like that in my 25-year career. And I hope I never see anything like that again. But I just thank you to the people that stepped in.
And these people who jumped in to help, were they also folks who were participating in some of the looting and the rioting that was going on?
I don't think so. I think they were just walking around trying to help and make things better. In fact, I didn't see exactly from where they came, but one of the other photographers I was with said, or actually one of the guys that was just there helping us, this Cody, this guy's amazing. He just was helping our photographers stay safe. And he said, Cody, thank you very much. He said those folks just came from behind us and saw what was going on and just ran in to save our photographer. I mean, they just saw that need and ran in and saved him.
Wow. Wow.
I don't know where these angels came from exactly, but God bless them.
And we tell you this story, not, and I know you're definitely from the school of thought where we don't get into this to be the news. We hope to tell the news and share other people's stories. And I know when the cameras are turned in this way, it's awkward for us to share. But we share this story because it highlights how quickly these things can escalate and how dangerous of a situation we're dealing with tonight on the streets of Grand Rapids.
Yeah, there are so many people down there just gawking and watching what's going on. Not a good idea. It was scary. I mean, it was scary. And yeah, so yes, it is awkward and uncomfortable to be part of the story, but I also want to testify to the goodness in these people who showed up, stood up, and saved our photographer.
Yeah.
I just want to testify that there are good people out there. And the lady who was throwing water on the burning cop cars in this desperate symbolic gesture, who was filling pitchers and throwing them, or the employee standing in front of the olive shop there on Monroe Center saying, please don't loot my store. I mean, the window was already smashed in. So there, I ran into a number of people who were down there doing the right thing.
Trying to do some good in the midst of all this. Stunning to look at. I mean, Susan, you look at this. This looks like something that we would be saying is in a third world country somewhere. I can't believe that is downtown Grand Rapids.
Yeah, and I wonder, I mean, where are these people from? I mean, I just have to believe that some of these...
I want to, for sure.
Some of these, yes, right.
There she is.
Oh, there she is. Bless her.
And we're laughing because it's just a tremendous image. You see this huge fire and clearly an effort that will be certainly in vain. We certainly are not trying to make light of this, but you get caught up, you get swept up in the moment, and then from the outside, it's just really something to see.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. I mean, in the worst of times, you see the greatest heroism, and we've seen so much of that. Which, let's focus on that for a minute.
Right.
It's pretty amazing. But yeah, where do these people come from? I just can't wrap my head around the level of violence and just seeing. Well, you've been watching it all night, but these are people with a very specific agenda. I don't know, who are coming in from other locations, not Grand Rapids. I mean, I'm sure there are some Grand Rapids people in there too, for certain.
And we certainly, don't want to, outright dismiss that there are people who feel like this is the way they have to get, this is what they have to do to get an attention toward what is right at the end of this, and that's a place of justice and equality. They think the peaceful efforts aren't working.
Right.
And this is what it's come to.
Yeah, well, that's what one gentleman I talked to said, that very thing. He's like, I hate to see the destruction, but I kind of think this had to happen. I'm really tired of the police following me. I'm really tired. I'm tired of the struggle. Well, and we hear that from...
Right.
It's yeah, what people of color in this country, I just can't wrap my head around that experience and the level of frustration, and this is the result. And some of the folks out there who were not burning things down or breaking into places or were saying that this had to happen. That this is what had to happen.
And what keeps striking me is, we've had our own incidents here in Grand Rapids that have upset people in a big way, and this response, the most significant I've seen, that you've seen, is for something that happened in Minnesota, and we're seeing this level of violence here. I mean, that speaks to the chord that video struck when people saw it.
The tipping point. We're at this tipping point in the country, right? Too much, too many scenes, too many Minneapolises.
And you wonder how much the already angst and frustration that we're dealing with this coronavirus, it's disproportionately impacting people of color. The economy is being suppressed by it. Folks are out of work, not able to have access to unemployment. That's got to all be part of this.
Right.
Yeah.
Combustible.
Yeah.
Coming together of all of these, devastating circumstances.
Created quite a storm, and I find myself too often being guilty of thinking, when I see things happening other places, that that's not going to apply to us. That's not going to happen here. And was having conversations even as we went into this protest. Is that going to happen in West Michigan? No, we are West Michigan nice. That's not going to happen here. Is certainly the mindset that I walked into this with. Certainly never could have imagined that we'd see what we saw tonight.
But we are in the United States, and this is touching everyone across this country. So shocking that it would be in Grand Rapids, shocking in this wonderful, loving, warm, philanthropic, just incredible place to live for many people. Not for everybody necessarily. It's
Right.
not the same Grand Rapids for everybody, right? But I have thought in the past, I've been here 20 years, when is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? Is it going to happen here? When is it going to happen?
Right.
When is it going to